We also decided to look at 7 different aspects of impacts that were important for our operations. We melt glass in most of our facilities, so that's high energy intensity. Plus we have air emissions, greenhouse gas, nitrous oxides, volatile organic carbons, and particulate matter, as well as water, our waste, and of course energy is a big one. So we looked at 2002 as our base year. Why did we choose 2002? That's where we had the data. When you go start doing this, how many of you have done these kind of measurements? A few. Did you find it difficult? Did you find it? Depends on how big your company is. It's incredible, and I'm sure the folks at SAP can probably help us with those systems, as Joyce mentioned. But the amount of data that you have to look at is immense. And 2002 was where we had the best, where we thought the data had the best integrity. So that's why we started there, and we set a 10-year goal for 2002 to 2012. And we set our goals based on intensity, meaning that is per the unit of product that we produce, as well as we also report on our absolute numbers. So we have to do both. We think that's important. We do intensity so that we can see if there's improvement in particular parts of our company, as well as we look at the absolute, because as you change the size of the company, we made a big acquisition a couple of years ago, your intensity can change, and of course your absolute value is definitely going to change. But if your intensity continues to go down, you know you're making progress, even though your company may increase in size and your absolute numbers will go up. And that's a concept that I think we're going to have to continue to educate people on, because we got kudos last year from one of the environmental website articles about dropping some of our numbers, but that's because of the economy. We had a lot of processes shut down. So it's going to come back up when the economy and our plant processes come back up. So that's an education process that we're all going to have to engage in, because it's not really a measure that you want to look at. You also want to look at that intensity level. So we've done these reductions. Let me explain this chart. The outside is where we were in 2002 as an index of 100. The pink in the middle is where we're going to in 2012. And the green is where we are as of 2008. We don't have our 2009 numbers rolled up yet. The greenhouse gas is higher in intensity than where we were before, and that's due to the blowing agent that we use in our rigid foam board production. And that will come down. We have changed over all of our North American operations now to a blowing agent that has a 70% lower global warming potential. So we do have line of sight to that coming down. We have line of sight to all of these. Probably our biggest challenge right now is the VOCs, of getting that number down to below in the pink area within the next 2 years. So these are not slam dunks, although we were pleasantly surprised that we were able to get to water and to our particulate measure down quicker than we thought we would. So we've done it through several ways. Engaged employees is certainly one of them. Getting all of our employees to understand, and this is a constant, ongoing process, and we're really in the middle of it. It's not like we've done it. We're continuing to look at how do we get all 16,000 people understanding what they can personally do in their jobs to meet the goals that we have set for our environmental compliance, as well as the other things that we talked about in sustainability. Also, capital light proven solutions. We were very fortunate to have several DOE assessments. And there's a lot of free stuff that you can get from the government to help you to do this work. EPA has all kinds of partnership programs. We've joined climate leaders. We're also in the EPA industry forum for our industry. And there's a lot of tools that they provide. It's our tax dollars at work. You might as well take advantage of it. And the people there are, they love to help industry to do things better and to utilize those tools. The Department of Energy had some grant money available for coming in and bringing experts in to do assessments. We took advantage of that. It was amazing that every one we applied for we got because people simply weren't utilizing it. So there's another thing that you might want to look into. They come in, and what we'd bring in people from our different plants. They'd spend 3 days looking at maybe one particular process, pumping systems, for example, or fans, or compressed air and gas systems. And they'd go through the plant, and they'd show everybody in that team coming from the other plants how to do the assessment then back in their plant. So that spread the information. But we had, well, it ended up being millions of dollars of savings as we go through the year because that savings continues every year, particularly as energy prices go up. So that is something to really consider from an energy standpoint. We've also looked at we have proprietary innovations with our melting technology. And as we acquired the Vetrotex company 2 years ago, we're implementing that proprietary technology into all the glass furnaces that we acquired. So that will bring our intensity down, but also bring the absolute number down as you look at where it had been prior to the takeover or the buyout that we did of that company. So we're really proud of that. We've also increased our recycled glass use. Now that's also, I'll talk about that in greening our products because the higher recycled content is certainly an attribute for products, but it's also good for our process because glass that you're melting that's already been produced takes a lot less energy and there's less emissions when you throw cullet in, which is the small pieces of glass versus the raw materials. So that has helped us. We've also looked at our buildings and our facilities. Our world headquarters is LEED EB, that's existing building certified. We've been able to reduce our energy use in our building every year. And we did this for 2 reasons. We got it LEED certified both because of proving to ourselves that we've been able to make these accomplishments, but also to work with our customers because we're so involved in the building industry to help them understand that we know what LEED is, we know what the process is, we know the difficulty it is to go through all the documentation, and that leads us to open doors with architects and customers that we can help them with their buildings. We also we built a new plant in Gresham, Oregon, and that is now LEED certified gold, and that's a new facility that makes rigid foam board insulation. And that opened in July of last year, so we're very proud that we were able to seek LEED certification for a manufacturing facility, which isn't normal, and they don't. You have to apply the commercial LEED process to that, and they were able to do that there with many different established things around transportation and looking at renewable energy. And actually changing out some equipment to make it more energy efficient.